When I was explaining about seeing the man that walked through the kitchen, this is the area of the kitchen I was in. The door is right here, and it's not even 6 foot away from where I was working. So when I'm telling you that I saw a person, this is how close I was to that person. They came down the hallway. Now the men's room and ladies' room is in the hallway, and there is a door that is right past the men's room. And I felt the man had bypassed the men's room and thought he was walking into what he would have thought was the men's room. And that's when I stopped him and I said, "Sir, you can't be back there." That's when he just looked at me, he nodded, and he kept walking in the direction towards the back of the building. When I went this far, I wasn't no more than a second or so away. There was absolutely nobody in the back room.
The Knickerbocker Hotel no longer offers rooms for lodging, as you would expect from a regular hotel. But there's nothing regular about the Knickerbocker. It is, however, possible to make arrangements to spend the night. Will you choose to spend the night in a real certified haunted hotel? Oh, by the way, if you do, you won't be sleeping.
The second time I saw an apparition in the building was in 2005. It was in August of 2005, and I was upstairs on the second floor. The second floor is right above the area that the man I had seen. The second floor is right almost in that direct area. I was in the bathroom, and I was doing a cleaning, and it was about 2:30 in the afternoon, and I look over, and when I looked over at the doorway in between, I saw a little boy. And it kind of like just froze me because I'm looking right at a little child. This little boy had to be anywhere between, I'd say, 4, 5 years old. He had on a little white shirt, some dark pants, one sock on, one sock off, and he just kind of looked at me. He grimaced, and then he just ran. The immediate thing I thought was, oh my gosh, somebody's child's gotten in the building, because we had just gotten the building back, and the doors were open, and I thought, oh, somebody, somebody's come in the building. That's how real and clear I saw this little boy. But when I ran after him, he was nowhere. So that's the 2 apparitions that I've seen in the building that I can tell you about. When I saw the little boy, this is the bathroom I was working in. This is in 2005, in August. So I'm working in this bathroom, and I just finished washing this floor. I moved my bucket and everything right to this section, and I looked across over to here. There's a doorway there to a bedroom and an exit that goes into a hallway. I look over, I see a short child, a small child. He's looking at me. I'd say it looked to me to be a male child, being anywhere from like say 4 to 5 years old, with a white shirt on, dark pants. Now I can't say it's period clothing, it's just so fast, but I remember the dark and the light, but he only had on one sock and one bare foot. He looks over at me like children do and kind of like got in a running position, like he was grimacing at me and he was going to take off. And I was frozen. I felt like I was ice cold everywhere. But I knew if this was somebody's child that had gotten to the building, I had to go see and get the kid, because I didn't want him running through this building because it was pretty dangerous. So I moved fast as I could after I composed myself. I moved to here. He had gone from this section right through here, which is only maybe about a 5 or 6 foot spread. He came in through here, looked at me, ran into that direction. I went just that quick after I composed myself. Nothing was there, and I kept searching the building. So that's the area right through here that the energy was that I saw that little apparition of a boy.
I'd say about right here. I looked back, I heard somebody behind me walking down, and there was nobody there. So I thought maybe it was just the stairs, but every time I would stop, the steps were still coming behind me. And so I just got scared and I ran the rest of the way down the stairs.
August 6th, 2009, as we were filming our documentary here. As we were walking down the steps, I was the first. I actually walked down the steps and off to the side. And I was watching up the steps and watching Ryan Ashbaugh was filming. He was coming down next. Ava Bemis was behind him. And I was looking up and I saw Ava getting a worried look on her face, and she was looking behind her. Ryan was down the steps and Ava reacted like she was frightened, and she actually hurried up down the steps. And of course you heard the reason for that. She asked Ryan, "Did you hear what I heard? The sound of the steps behind me?" And he confirmed that he did hear that as well. So, an interesting experience here at the Knickerbocker Hotel.
Our team has visited the Knickerbocker on several different occasions. We've been there for investigations, events, just get-togethers. Anything that is going on at the Knickerbocker, we're usually a part of. The Knickerbocker Hotel for us has been a great experience. We've had things ranging from shadows seen just darting around the hallways to a lot of EVPs, or electronic voice phenomena again. Also, we've had really great interactions with the K2 meter with an unseen force that seemed to be answering our questions in a yes and no type fashion. At our last investigation at the Knickerbocker, we actually had an experience happen right off the bat while we were setting up our equipment. We run an 8-camera DVR system with infrared capabilities that allows us to see at night. Basically what had happened was myself and 2 of the other investigators had started setting up equipment on the 3rd floor. We'd set up the camera, got the picture in frame, and we confirmed that with base. The base basically just monitors the video that we're shooting and tells us which way to turn the cameras so we get the best picture possible. After we'd locked that camera down, we'd moved from that area and went toward the front of the hotel, and we're setting up another camera. During the setup of that camera, Mark, who was at the base, radioed to me and said, what are you guys doing moving that camera? Put it back to where it was. That was a good frame that we had. I looked back the hallway expecting to see another investigator that had just started, bumped the camera or did something, but there was nobody there. As I walked up the hallway toward the original location of the camera, Mark radioed to me and said, "Okay, that's fine, just leave that camera right there. That's good right there, right now." Basically what had happened was somebody or something, there was nobody human back in that area, had turned the camera approximately 3 inches to the left, and then when Mark had radioed me and said, "Put the camera back," and I started walking toward the front of the back of the hotel, the camera rotated back to its original position and stopped. During our investigations, we've captured a lot of EVPs, too many to add on to this documentary. The last evidence piece that we want to give to the viewers is actually from the last event that was held at the Knickerbocker. This was taken on the 2nd floor, and it was actually from my camera. The first picture you're going to see is the full photo in all of its diameter. The second part is just a blown up portion. If you look toward the rear of that photo, you're going to see what appears to be the back half of a female figure, a very tall figure. We're guessing anywhere between 6'2" and 6'3". The significance of that is that on this particular event that we were at, there was one male who was a little taller than me, and he might have been 6'1" or 6'2". But this figure definitely looks like a female. Take a look for yourself. Just let us know what you think.